why no reaction when someone has hurt you deeply, and you think that I will take things in my own hand and I will give them back 10x stronger of the hurt that they gave to me, you know. But you know what? Just as we say that when your plans don't work out, trust in the divine plan, because the plan that God has made for you is beyond imagination. In the same way, if someone has hurt you, God is watching that too. The universe or the source or whatever higher source you believe in. So the comeback they will give will be 10x better than yours. Trust me. Now, let's get really energetic and practical about why no reaction is the biggest karma you can ever get. Alright, so hi everyone. I'm back with another video. I actually was making the video on a similar topic, but I think just divine guidance, and I decided to switch things up a little bit, switch the topic up a little bit, and so I'm going to reshoot now. So let's begin. Before understanding and before you get the satisfaction of how your non-reaction, no reaction, no giving it back will be the biggest karma for whoever hurt you, I would first like to clarify exactly what karma is, okay? Because people have a lot of misconceptions about karma, and I do not intend this video to feed your ego and feed that part of you that is seeking revenge or destruction or wishing ill on someone. So I don't wish to feed that part of you. Let me first get very clear on what karma actually is. So our universe, the world we live in, is governed by a lot of laws, okay? That's how we are all functioning. Everything is functioning all at once, simultaneously, okay? Now, what the law of karma is simply, no emotions attached, the law of cause and effect. What you sow, you reap. What you give out, you will get back. That is what simply karma is. Alright, let me give you an example, because there are a lot of misconceptions around karma and the word is used so loosely nowadays that people just think that karma, just saying that if you have done me wrong, karma will get back to you, bro, and you will face karma and stuff like that. Listen to me. Whether you say that or you don't say that, they will reap what they have sown, okay? So you don't have to get in the middle of that. Firstly, stop doing that, okay? Stop saying these things. Stop letting the anger and vengeance get the better of you, okay? In this community, we strive to be healed, to be calm, to be love, and to embody that energy, okay? We do not wish ill on anyone, firstly. So karma is basically, it is as conscious as it is unconscious. That means whatever you do, think or speak, consciously or unconsciously, will come back to you. Now, everything starts with intention over here. Intent, your intention is the most important thing. Alright, okay? So sometimes, why I want to make this part very clear about intention is that sometimes we have to speak the hard truth and we have to give someone the tough love, make the difficult decision, even though all we hold in our heart is love and care for that person and their well-being. So is it bad, and will something like that happen to me too? Don't get scared about all of these things, because why, I'll tell you. Everything that we think, speak, believe, or do, any action, is energy. It is energetic, and whatever energy you give out is what you will get back. That is as simple as karma is. It is not about rewarding someone, punishing someone. There is no king or queen, karma lord, sitting on the throne up there on a pedestal, and who is, giving out these punishments and rewards and stuff like that. So it's nothing like that. It's nothing emotional. There's nothing emotional, okay? Whatever you do is what you're going to get back. So that really has to make you compassionate and conscious, self-aware. What are you actually thinking about others and about yourself, and what are you doing? Be really mindful about all of these choices. So now that we have karma clear and sorted out, okay, now let's understand that why no reaction when someone has hurt you deeply, and you think that I will take things in my own hand and I will give them back 10x stronger of the hurt that they gave to me, But you know what? Just as we say that when your plans don't work out, trust in the divine plan, because the plan that God has made for you is beyond imagination. In the same way, if someone has hurt you, God is watching that too. The universe or the source or whatever higher source you believe in. So the comeback they will give will be 10x better than yours. Trust me. Now, let's get really energetic and practical about why no reaction is the biggest karma you can ever get, So if someone has hurt you, the most natural reaction because of our societal conditioning is to give it back. Okay, I have one more insight in my mind that I really need to clear. But to give it back and 10x stronger, bro. Like, they should know that they hurt me and stuff like that. I have never been that sort of person, and I'm not trying to sound all high and mighty, but I don't know. There's just some people are some way, and so I've just never been that kind of revenge or that sort of person. I just not am, and I'm glad, because that doesn't make you weak or too soft or too naive. That actually is the most powerful thing that you can do. And now I have exact reasons in my journal again of why it is the most powerful thing that you can do. So let's begin. First is, when someone does something to you, so the action is done. Now, since the action is done, the law of karma is set in motion. So they are going to get the reaction. Okay, this is what the law says, right? Cause and effect. So now tell me, you coming in the middle of that and trying to plot and plan and scheme and do something, how does that make any difference? Does it make any difference to the law of karma? It doesn't, because it is already set in motion. Get too excited and passionate about some things, and then I start speaking very loudly. So when you do not give any reaction, and this has to come from a place of internal peace, internal quiet, and having faith and surrendering to the source, okay? Not from the place of ego, because again, the intention is what is going to come back to you. So yes, this is not for ego driven people who are just trying to feed their ego off. This is for people who are genuinely pure at heart and who have genuinely surrendered, and they don't wish ill on anyone. Like, of course, there are lots of people who have hurt me in my life, lots, but I don't wish ill on anyone. And I genuinely don't. That's just not me as a person. I've never been that way. And that is, now I've understood, now that I've grown up and I've had the knowledge, wisdom, intuition, whatever you call it, from the source. Now I understand that that is the most self-loving thing you can do. When you wish ill on someone, that is also, again, you have set karma in motion. So it's gonna come back, baby. Now, when you don't give any reaction, first thing that happens is that you stop feeding the loop. Sometimes we tend to get in the loop of it. We're just trying to defend and offend, and we're trying to seek revenge, then we're trying to say something really hurtful that pisses them off. We get in the loop of it. So when you don't do anything, there's no loop. You stop feeding the loop. You stop feeding their ego. Okay? And you take your power back. Second thing that happens is someone, this is so funny actually, but someone who is so used to drama and chaos, the worst thing that they can handle, the heaviest thing for them to handle is actually peace and calmness. So when someone who is so used to drama and chaos, peace shakes them off like this system, like anything, and they're like, it's like a bullet to their ego, and they're like, oh my god, what just happened with me? Okay, and then gradually, if they are blessed enough to have that self-awareness, they go into introspection and they realize what they've actually done. And that realization, again, now no matter what you try to do, karma is set in motion, so you're gonna get it back. But yeah, you need to understand that peace is powerful. It's not for the weak, it's not for the soft, it is for the powerful ones like you and me. Okay, now the biggest thing that actually happens here is my third point, that you take your side. Now, okay, now tell me, as I explained to you, that if someone has done something, their karma is set in motion. But when you interfere in that and you're like, bro, I'll take karma in my hands and I'll give this back to you and do stuff like that, you have created a new karmic cycle for yourself. Now you are in a karmic cycle with that person, and that karma is going to come back to you as well. But when you don't do anything, how not doing anything is the most powerful thing. You do not form any new karmic cycles for yourself. We all already have lots of cycles that we're a part of and that we're consciously trying to change for better in our healing journey. So when you don't do anything, you don't end up in a karmic cycle with them. Okay, you don't form any new negative karmas for yourself. And karma, of course, returns to them eventually with the same force that they gave back. Because there is no absorption of energy happening. You didn't absorb any energy because you're not part of that loop. You didn't give back. So actually, when you give back to the person and you try to, do the same thing with them, what you're actually doing is you're protecting them from their karma. Do you understand that? It is a very mind-blowing thing, but yes, you are actually protecting them from their karma, because now you're acting like this shock absorber that's absorbed a lot of the current, and now you have created one more cycle for yourself and you've protected them from the entirety of the force of the karma that they gave to you. Okay. And the last thing that I would like to say here is, like the last point is, so why I think quite a lot of points must have hit you home and you must be like, oh my god, God is kind, right? The last thing is that this is actually an amazing insight for me as well. So when I was really thinking about this topic and I do my research, I do there's no script, as I always say, but there are some pointers that I always write so that I'm clear. At least I'm not just randomly speaking something. I'm clear on what I have, the clarity to deliver what I need to deliver. So this insight is beautiful. It's beautiful. And the most self-loving thing you can do, when a hurt person heals, if you've been hurt by someone and rather than giving it back to them, you focus on your journey, you focus on your healing. Okay. When a hurt person heals, the one who caused the hurt, when you've healed from the experience that hurt you, the one who caused that experience of hurt eventually experiences the same thing. Now, that I really want to make it clear, I don't want you to rejoice in this and to be madly happy in this, because when you have actually healed and when you are your healed self, you don't find any joy in this. You find actually a lot of compassion and you feel actually bad for that person that they will have to suffer the same thing. So there is compassion rather than the joy that okay now they will have to, agar wo wali feeling aa rahi hai, if that's the feeling that you're in, that means you have not healed, because once you have healed you actually are very detached, you don't have anything to do with that person anymore, mostly, you know, if that person is out of your life. uh, so yes, now why this happens, that once you have healed they have to go through the same experience, it is sad, because you actually don't want anyone to go through that kind of hurt that you have gone through, because you know what it feels like, you know that the journey you have to take to outgrow it and stuff like that. Why that happens is because nature is all about balance, and this way nature creates an energetic balance. This was one of the most mind-blowing insights that I had during the research, so as to call it, for my video, and I'm grateful actually to you guys that I'm filming this video for you guys, because otherwise I would have never, I wouldn't say never, never say never, but I wouldn't have come across this insight so soon. And I'm glad, I think this was the message that the universe, my gods, they wanted to deliver to me actually. And I really love this insight of energetic balance. So yes, what you do or don't do has everything to do with you. Okay, whether that is taking the higher road and actually surrendering, having faith, and doing right by yourself, healing, because that is the biggest form of self-love, or if you try to take karma in your own hands, give it back, take revenge and stuff like that, again, you have formed a new karmic cycle for yourself and you are part of that cycle. Whatever you do or don't do has everything to do with your life. Okay, understand this. So if you love yourself, I don't think that you would be giving any reactions from now on. So if you like this video, if you like my content, and if you want to hear me more often, then do subscribe my channel so that I will, you know, and turn on that notification bell so that you will be reminded of my videos. Yeah, I really love creating content now, because I think that this is actually adding so much value, and I would have been glad to have literally a playlist of such content in my healing journey. So yes, still there's always lots to learn, and if you are someone on your healing journey, then I have a playlist called Healing 101, and I'm also going to be posting twice a week. I try to post twice a week, so you can stay tuned, and you can also watch some of the episodes of that playlist, because I am pretty sure it will be really, really helpful for you. Love you all. Bye bye.